what's going on YouTube? What's up, subscribers? Hope all is well. But guess what? I am rolling solo again, finally. It's been 2 months since I've been solo. And man, I tell you, I started off right. 675 miles. 3 minutes left on my clock when I parked. It's right next to a Sonic, so I'm enjoying myself. Oh, there's a Sonic over there. Right next to a Sonic. And enjoying myself some a Reese's Buttercup shake thing. I don't know. Sonic Blast, they call it. And this is the load of lumber that Sean and I wrapped up beautifully in this tarp. This was kind of an interesting load. They actually put the top stack all together and in the middle of my trailer, and the back and the front both had an angle, and they weren't just nice and squared off like that. So I was like, excuse me, hey, mind moving that back stack all the way to the very back and the front stack to the very front? And they thankfully were able to do it, and which means I was able to square off the front and square off the back nice and easy. And thankfully Sean was there with me, because he was able to reach the top rings over here on the top tarp, and there's one even higher on the other side, and he was able to reach those for me. So thank you, Sean. Sean is actually on his way, actually in Des Moines already. He's in Des Moines, already connected his trailer to his truck, and he just has to go into the class tomorrow morning and test out later that morning, and then he's ready to roll. So he's already getting his truck organized, all that kind of good stuff. So way to go, Sean. But man, this parking spot right here that I'm at, 675 miles away from my house, 10 hours and 57 minutes away from my house, is a big thank you to my friend Matt. He's a long-time subscriber of mine, good friend. Him and I talk on the phone when we can. He hooked me up with this parking spot. I called him during my 30-minute break and told him where I was going. He asked me, am I going on the 49 North through Arkansas, North Arkansas in Missouri? I was like, in southern Missouri? I was like, yes. He's like, well, you should go to this spot, see if you can make it. I plugged it in my navigation system. Actually, we put in quite a few spots, and I found this turned out to be about the best one, and told me there was a Sonic right nearby, so had to make it happen, and made it happen. So I'm solo this week, so I'm gonna go ahead and try to do a video every drop off, every pickup, every day this week. So I'm gonna give it a try. We're gonna see what happens. I'm definitely gonna give it a shot though. So other than that, Matt, thanks, man. And again, you helped me out with so much stuff. You deserve so many thanks, but big thanks for this one. Other than that, you guys, I'm gonna go ahead and continue making some other videos and attach them onto this one. Bye. No, not bye. Smile. You have a good one. End recording. Stop recording. All right, so part 2 of this load. This load is now, the wrapping is off. The wrapping is off. Got the one tarp waiting right there for me to get it in the side box. As you can see now, I had a big old gap in between the two the bundles on the top, because I had them move the top bundles to square off the back, and I'm glad I did. I was a little nervous that I put too much weight on the rear tandems of the trailer, but thankfully that wasn't the case. We did scale, and I was nervous that moving the top wood towards the front was going to put too much weight on the drives, but that wasn't the case either. It all worked out great. And speaking of great, the place that I'm delivering to here in Okaloosa, Kansas is great too. The owner of the company, it's a small place, it's a truss place. They make trusses like that. But this guy right here, he helped me fold my tarps and talked with me while I was unstrapping. Super cool dude. He's from Costa Rica. He bought this company from his uncle,
and he's doing very well, and it was super cool of him. So I'm gonna go ahead, put you guys down here, because I have all kinds of straps to wind up, but I am gonna keep an eye out on the forklift driver to make sure that I'm not in danger's way. What else is going on? I gotta get a new, I say this all the time, I gotta get a new tripod. Top thing, it's a bit loose and wobbles all over the place. But let's see. So this is stop number 1. Usually, as you guys know, I am parked Sunday night by 9 p.m. either at the consignee or 30 miles within, but most of the time at the consignee. But I had plans this Saturday. This was a 905-mile drive, and for me to make it here by 9 p.m. on Sunday, I would have had to leave out on Saturday. But I did have plans Saturday night, so I decided to stick with those plans, which is not like me. I would usually cancel plans and make sure I get to work and get parked up Sunday night by 9 p.m. So instead of getting unloaded first thing in the morning at 7 a.m., I'm now getting loaded at 11 a.m. So it's definitely odd for me. And I am double checking this forklift driver. Okay, he is going for a top stack over there. I'm gonna get out of the way just in case, and yeah, stay away. See, he was going for that top stack on the other side of the trailer, and you know, just in case he pushed. Oh, he's going for both stacks. Well, I better get my bungee off of there. He's stealing a bungee from me. Let's go grab that real quick. Let me see if I could get his attention without him hitting me. Yep, I got his attention. He was nice enough to slow down. Thank you. All right. So, can't spare bungees. I pick these things up off the ground if I see something look right. I can't spare any. Actually, this load here I think had all of my regular size bungees on it. And I do have some extra long bungees, but those were not on this this load. But yeah, this load used all of my bungees. Anyway, okay, back to rolling straps. It is warm over here. Okaloosa, Kansas. It's pretty warm. So drinking plenty of fluids. Got to stay hydrated. I'm breathing hard though. It's been a couple of months since I've had to do all this stuff by myself. I tell you, I miss the help, but it was nice to be on the road by myself, jamming out to my own tunes, and not no country music like Mr. Sean Derby liked. Oh, so yeah, so it was nice. It was definitely a long drive. It was funny, I was thinking to myself, man, I bet you TMC was like, well, Paul hasn't driven a lot in 2 months. Here's a 1,000-mile trip for him that he has to do. So, but you know what? I didn't mind it. It was nice. And this is a mess right here. Let me go down here, put you right there, fix this one strap so I can get all my other straps in here. Okay. So, yeah, and again, a big shout out to Matt for the hookup on the really good parking spot last night. That worked out perfectly. And let's see, I mentioned too, Sean Derby. It was my last trainee, and he is in Des Moines right now, testing out. I told him to give me an update on how he does, which I have no doubt in my mind that he's going to pass with flying colors. And it's funny, he is my third trainee to go to my fleet manager. So now he's on my fleet manager's board. So Sean, Javon, and Brayton have all gone over to my fleet manager, which is pretty cool. They could we could all compete against each other for the #1 spot eventually. So yeah, it's pretty cool. But other than that, you guys, I'm gonna go ahead and shut her down. I'm gonna finish up these straps, send in my empty, and get rolling on to the next place. Hopefully I can do a video over there, getting loaded, all that kind of fun stuff. All right, see you guys soon. Hey, well, back again. Well, unfortunately, when I went to go load this thing, they did not allow for cameras or anything or any videos over there at that place. It's a little place in Sedalia, Missouri. Not gonna name them. I actually really like going there a lot. Great place, very nice people. Every person I interacted with there has been nice. This is my second time going there, and they actually are incredible. But this is the first time I got a load like this. This is a rebar. It's actually spun up into circles, and they're spules, whatever you want to call it, and they are eye to the sky. So I ended up throwing 4-inch straps over the top of them as an X, and I did a 2-inch strap over the center of them. Everything's nice and tight. This trailer actually was kind of strange. I got 6 winches on one side, 4-inch winches on one side, and 8 on the other. It's supposed to have 8 and 8. So I only have 14 winches to use, and I used all 14 of them for my X's over the 7 of these rebar spools. And I threw an X strap over the front, which probably isn't the most practical thing to do there. I should have maybe done a horseshoe, but I did an X. So far it's holding good. But other than that, man, this is a man, woman, whatever you are, I'm sorry, just came out, you know, a term of endearment. This is a good load. Kind of something very interesting happened actually yesterday, and I ended up losing about an hour and 15, an hour and 20 minutes of driving. And I was at this place. My plan was to do a full 2-hour in sleeper berth while I secured this load. So I ended up doing 30 minutes of loading. I ended up finishing all my securement with an hour and a half. And in an hour and a half. So I had 30 minutes left on my 2 hours. There was this convenience store right down their driveway. It's very convenient, and pun intended. And I was crawling over there, and unfortunately with 20 minutes left of my 2-hour sleeper berth time to get my 2 hours back and all of my drive time back and a full 4 hours and 33 minutes of drive time, I ended up busting my drive time, my drive clock, by going 6 miles an hour, and unfortunately only had 3 hours and 30 minutes to drive instead of 4 hours and like 40 minutes to drive. So I'm not going to be able to park at the consignee tonight because of that error, which is a real bummer, but I'm going to get pretty darn close. I'm going to be about probably 40-45 miles away, which is still okay. I could leave it at like 5 in the morning roughly, so I'm still going to get there by 6 o'clock and be ready to unload at 7. So it's not a real big deal, but I tell you, when it happened, it felt like a big deal to me. I was actually on that 2 hours or 3 hours and 30 minutes. I was able to make it onto the east side of St. Louis and was able to find a parking at a Pilot or Flying J. It was great. Got a shower and got to eat, got some sleep. Nice quiet area. And it was wonderful because when I took off, early in the morning, I was already on the other side of the east side of St. Louis, and I needed to continue going east. So I didn't hit any rush hour traffic. So it all worked out. It felt like a huge deal with not being able to complete my 2-hour sleeper berth time. But you know me, always glass half full. Things are working out just fine. So hopefully when I get over to this place to unload, I can do another video over there and just keep you guys updated. Have a good one. Be good. Hey, there's a whole bunch of these, but smile. You got a great one. Well, I made it over to the consignee. Good morning. It is now Wednesday morning and made it to the consignee. I did not make it all the way here last night. I knew because of that little error dropping into that drive line while trying to get to that convenience store, I knew I wouldn't be able to make it. But thought I was gonna make it closer than I really did. I ended up being 90 miles away, all because of Atlanta traffic. Atlanta traffic messed me up. I was trying to get to a rest area about 22 miles away from here. So that way in the morning, I'd only have 22 miles to drive. Well, unfortunately, I was going through Atlanta around 5 p.m. Worst time. I do not recommend. So I ended up parking about 90 miles away in Madison, Georgia. Madison, Georgia at a Pilot and Flying J over there. And which is real nice. I actually did a 34-hour there before, and there is a Chick-fil-A, there's a Taco Bell, there's a Cracker Barrel, there's a Dairy Queen, there's a Lowe's right next door, all kinds of stuff. So only has 6 showers though, which is a bummer. I was not able to shower last night. I needed to get some sleep. I got there around 7:11 yesterday night, and so I was able to leave around, or start my clock in my inspection around 5:11 this morning. So I was able to hit the road at 5:21 after my 10-minute pre-trip inspection, and was able to make it here and my consignee before, a little bit before 7. So it all worked out. It all worked out. Now I do have a crap load of straps to wind up, which, you know, you guys saw the video, it might have been over secured, these rebar coils, but to me, I'd rather spend the 15-20 more minutes securing, 15 minutes more winding up all these straps to know that my how many hours was it down the road? I don't remember exactly. I'm just gonna say 14 to 17 hour driving, that I'm gonna be safe down the road. Point A to B and C, these coils are gonna stay on my trailer and be safe. I am a firm believer that there is no such thing as over securing. So these coils got down the road safely, and I am happy. So I got all my straps off. I'm gonna go ahead and wind these all up, and we're gonna see what happens with the rest of the day. I did drive an hour and a half here, so that means I only have, what is that, 8.5 hours? Wait, 8.5? No, 9.5 hours to drive for the rest of the day. So I'm hoping that I get a load that I'm going to be able to pick up and get to the consignee by tonight. And that way I don't need to break my clock in the morning to get unloaded. That's why I was hoping to only get all the way about 22 miles close to this place, so that way I only drove about 28 minutes this morning instead of an hour and a half. Now I'm short an hour and a half to drive today. So that's why it was so crucial for me to get as closer to this as I could, but Atlanta traffic got me. So anyways, I'm gonna finish this up. Hopefully I can do another video over at my shipper this morning, and we'll go from there. This is a whole week in the life of the White Collar Trucker. I hope you guys are enjoying so far. Have a good one. Hey, it's not the end of the video, but smile, you got a great one. Thank you again, sir. Stop recording. Well, good morning, everyone. Yes, another day, another dollar. Well, unfortunately, the place I picked up at in Atlanta, Georgia, cement plant, had strict rules about no videos and no cameras and no pictures, so I couldn't do that. But I'm over at a consignee over in Mandeville, Louisiana, right across the lake from where I live. And I got a load of cement. I got about 15 bundles. I'm sorry, 15 pallets of cement. And could not make it all the way here last night. And that is once again all because of that Atlanta traffic. Again, I mentioned this in other videos. I find it interesting, cool, fascinating how stuff that happens one day affects other days, and all because of those that ticking clock, your drive time, and all of that. So, because of that traffic, I wasn't able to make it closer to that consignee that I did yesterday. And since I couldn't make it to 22 miles away, and instead it was 90 miles, an hour and a half, I had to drive an hour and a half that day on, what was that, Wednesday morning. And that made it possible, or impossible, for me to make it to this consignee that night, last night. But something else did occur for the first time. And that is on the way here last night. Well, on the way to the truck stop that I was going to stay at. Last night, I started getting alerts on my truck saying that my truck is going to derate, and it had some error codes pop up. And so regardless of all that traffic that I just got done complaining about Atlanta, I would not have made it to the truck stop that I wanted to make it to because of the derate situation. This alert came on and it said, please derate in 60 minutes, seek service immediately, blah, 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 blah. Well, I ended up calling my old buddy Matt. He is the one that helped me out with that parking spot near that Sonic, the beginning of this video. He's Mr. Know-It-All, I swear. Great guy, thank you again. So called him up, and he said, you know what, call Road Repair, and they should be able to help. So I didn't realize there was a phone number I could call to get Road Repair. So called them up. They told me what to do, and they said actually there's a slight chance that the derate, all that kind of information, all those error codes, will disappear along your route. Well, thankfully, that derate, all that information did turn off. Well, I was on my way to another truck stop to rest at last night. So that's a good thing. And so this morning I was able to just go ahead and hit the road. So one good thing too, since I was worried about sleeping and trying to sleep in my hot truck without idling because of this engine problems or derate problems or whatever the case, I didn't want to worsen it by having to idle at night. So I ended up at near this truck stop. There was a hotel, and I went ahead, stayed at the hotel. $99 is a La Quinta Inn. Stayed there and got good sleep in a nice cold room and a nice shower, so that worked out. So here I am at the consignee, and I got news for you guys. I'm doing this nice long video about this week because next week I'm on vacation. I am on vacation and I'm looking forward to it. It's my first paid vacation with TMC. After the first year of service, you get 1 week of paid vacation. So I'm going to take advantage of that. I'm going to take advantage of that because my godson is out of school, so I'm going to spend the week with him. We are actually going to Vegas. Yeah, I'm taking my godson to Vegas. Going to go to Vegas. My sister and my brother-in-law are going to join us. We're going to go there for a couple of days. I'm going to get, I don't know if you guys noticed it or even know this, but my smile is only, whoa, sorry, that was really loud, is only great because of Hollywood Smiles out in Las Vegas. And my smile hasn't been 100% great lately. Quite a few months ago, one of my teeth, one of my lumineers popped out eating popcorn while I was in my truck. And it was crazy because, I don't know, when I was eating the popcorn, I didn't microwave them enough or something, I don't know what, but they were feeling kind of hard. And I said to myself, man, I really hope one of these popcorn kernels don't pop out one of my teeth. And well, it turns out, after probably the next bite or the bite after, it ended up happening. So I'm gonna go to Vegas and have my dentist friend get it put back in. And that's the tooth right there. I don't know if you can see it missing right next to my canine. That was embarrassing, and I'm doing it for you guys anyways. They're gonna get that put back in so my smile can once again be 100% great. So I'm looking forward to that. After that, we are gonna go to, well, Josiah and I, we're gonna go to Phoenix, Arizona, which I don't know what made me think it'd be a good idea to visit Las Vegas and Phoenix, Arizona in the dead of summer. It's gonna be hot, but it's gonna be worth it. My godmother lives out there, and she has never met my godson, and I would love for that meeting to happen. So I'm gonna make it happen, and then after that, I'm gonna hit the road. So in continuation to all of this and all the truck problems I was having last night, I told Road Repair that I'm going on vacation next week. So they have found a Kenworth dealership that actually does work on Peterbilt in my area. That, all right, this is good now. Hold on. And they are going to work on my truck while I'm on vacation. Kind of killing two birds with one stone. So that thanks to me letting them know about my vacation and told them that that would be a really good idea. They're gonna try to make it happen. So that is gonna work. It's gonna be a nice way to just get everything going for so when I'm back from vacation, my truck will be ready to go. I'll be ready to work after a long week of being off and all of that. So anywho, that's what's going on. That was pretty much my week. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I know this was an extremely long video, and I hope I made it semi-entertaining for you guys. I'm gonna see if I can, after I'm done talking here, put the camera up and maybe show them unloading this stuff, and maybe me folding my tarp, stuff like that, and go from there. But anyways, you guys know what to do. Smile, because you do have a great one. You guys know that duck walk is sexy, huh? Well, good for news for you. You get to watch it again. I know you're sweating after seeing that, aren't you? Woo woo! Boy, am I tired. I'm sure you are too. That took 4 minutes and 40 seconds. Not too bad. That should do it. I got another one to fold. I won't bore you with that one. Stop recording.